Hi guys and welcome to episode 19 of The Only Way Is Up, and we're going to start by getting straight into the action. So it's the European Places playoff semi-final. It's between Real and Bangor City. We now know that we will be facing, the winner will be facing TNS in the final. They actually beat St Druids 5-0 in their semi-final. So Bangor City are the favourites for this. We've not beaten Bangor City in 3 attempts. So let's hope we can do it today. We're 7-1 and it's all to play for. So this is the formation and lineup that we're going with. We've got Islip in goals, Scarisbrick, Evans, Young and Jones in defence as always. Lawless, Bale, Donegan and Williams in midfield as always. And then Orm and Earnshaw up top. So Bangor get the game underway. Hopefully we can put in an improved performance compared to the rest of our performances against Bangor this season. Okay, so first highlight of the game, it's Islip with a goal kick towards Orm. Williams wins the header. Scarisbrick wins it back for us, but it's fallen to Eaton. Now it's Bellamy for Bangor. Great interception from Scarisbrick there. He plays it back to Islip. Islip plays the ball forward. Orm flicks it on towards Earnshaw, but it's cleared by the defender. And Bangor have got the ball again with Eaton. Gives it to Smith. They're on the right-hand side. Edwards to Crowther. Long ball searching for Smith. Smith crosses it in Edwards and it's blocked by Scarisbrick. We needed that block. That was going in. It was destined for the net. Edwards crosses it in and Bale heads it clear. Crowther with the ball for Bangor now. Plays it back to Holt. Now it's Williams. And that is that. So half time in the European Places playoff semi-final and it's 0-0. We're not doing badly. Obviously we can do better. But I'm going to tell them that we can still come out of this match with a win today. Robert Earnshaw has obviously stopped trying for us. He doesn't want to sign a new contract. So Morgan Jones is coming on for Earnshaw. Unfortunately, Tom Donegan's got a yellow card. He is still one of our better performing players. If we need to keep him, if I stay at Real, we need to keep him for next season. There are a few teams that are interested in him. But they're mainly interested in taking him on a free transfer. And I wouldn't let that happen. I've already signed him to a new contract for next season. So we shouldn't have any concerns with that, really. So let's get into the second half. New striker on the pitch, Morgan Jones, the loanee from Crewe. Hopefully he can grab an important goal for us. So we're going to make another change. Christopher Bale is a bit tired. He's played quite well, actually. But I just feel like we need something different in centre of midfield. So bringing on Robert Hughes. Hopefully he can repeat what he did earlier in the season where he came off the bench and grabbed the winner for us. Bangor appear to be making a few changes too. Both teams going for this one, desperately wanting to get themselves a place into the European Places playoff final against TNS, which will be a tough game in itself. So it's a goal kick for Bangor, and it's fallen straight to one of our players, but Irving covers in defence. Long ball forward towards Jones, towards Smith even. Now it's Jones, up top for Bangor. Jones crosses it in. Edwards, oh, he scored from the tightest of angles. If you look at the match stats, we've had 16 shots. They've had 5. We're 1-0 down. 15 minutes left, and as it stands, we are not going to get any European football for next season. And we need to change that. So it's either Broom or Salathiel that I'm going to bring on. And I think it's going to be Salathiel. We're going to bring him on for Orm. The two strikers today, the two starting strikers, haven't really performed well at all. So hopefully Salathiel can do the job now. The whistle's going to go. There it is. Real 0, Bangor City 1. And despite looking good for Europe all season, we've failed at the final hurdle. I'm just going to say unlucky to them. Not really much else we could do. So since that match didn't take very long, we got beat and we don't have to play another live commentary. And we're only 4 minutes into the video. I figured, why not just do the end of season review now? So there's been a few players inducted into the Real overall best 11. Christopher Bale, Alex Lawless, Alex Evans, Robert Earnshaw, Tom Robertson, Robert Salathiel, all included in there. Real end of season awards. So Tom Donegan is the fans player of the season. No surprise really. He's been on top form this season, winning 59% of the vote. Christopher Bale came in second with 19%. Robert Hughes in third with 13%. Robert Hughes has got goal of the season for that absolutely cracking goal that I mentioned against Barry. Signing of the season, Christopher Bale, who we signed on a free. And then young player of the season, Tom Donegan. Understandable again. The season review, it says Rill had been expected to claim a top half finish, and they did just that. We finished 4th, which was better than last season. Last season, obviously, finishing 7th. So there's improvements happening year on year, which is nice. And the season team meeting, I'll do that in a bit. And the season confidence review, so they're pleased with my performance. They did come to me with an offer of a contract. I decided to delay it till the end of the season to see if we were going to get European football. I'm not too sure what I'm going to do, whether I'm going to stay or not. But my reputation is not that high, so I think I probably will have to stay unless a surprising club comes in for me. So let's get into the details of the Welsh Premier League season that's just been. So obviously Connah's Quay finished as champions, 8 points clear of second place Aberystwyth. Aberystwyth get Europa League football. Airbus get Europa League football through winning the Welsh Cup. And then Bangor City, the team that knocked us out of the European Places playoff, actually defeated TNS, and they will be playing Europa League football next season, which is just amazing. And another shock, Port Talbot, who actually won the Welsh Premier League last season, have been relegated alongside Bala. It's just crazy. It's madness. Top goal scorers, joint top goal scorers, our two best strikers, Robert Earnshaw on 10 goals in 27 games, and Adam Orme with 10 goals in 29 games. Robert Earnshaw still hasn't signed a contract. I don't think he's going to, so he's going to be leaving us, unfortunately. Adam Orme is here to stay. Assists, top assists, joint with the two main wingers, Alex Lawless and Luke Williams, getting 5 apiece. Christopher Bale got 4. Most player of the matches went to Tom Donegan. 8 player of the matches. You can see how he got young player of the season and fans player of the season as well, with 8 man of the match awards. Highest average rating, also Tom Donegan, obviously with 8 man of the matches. You'd expect him to be that high. So we'll just take a quick look at the leagues around the world, the competitions around, well, not around the world, mainly around Europe. The main leagues, basically, and we'll look at the Champions League and the Europa League as well. I'm not sure if their finals will have been played yet, but we'll see. So Arsenal winning the Premier League by 7 points from Chelsea, who actually won it last season. I can't remember. Arsenal, that's second year in a row for Arsenal. Chelsea, Spurs and Manchester City getting Champions League football. Manchester United, Liverpool and Everton all qualifying for the Europa League. Relegated are Norwich, Bournemouth and Sunderland. We'll just see who's coming up from the Championship. So Fulham's one of the teams coming up. They won the playoff final against Cardiff City, and Brentford and QPR join them in the Premier League next season. In France, PSG win it for a second year in a row, 20 points clear, only losing 4 games all season. Monaco and Lyon finishing in the other 2 Champions League spots. Toulouse, Marseille and Saint-Etienne getting the Europa League places. Relegated from Ligue 1 are Dijon, Stade Malherbe-Caen and Nancy-Lorraine. In the Bundesliga, Schalke won it last year, but they couldn't win it again. Bayern reclaiming their title, and they were by some way as well. 16 points clear at the top. Leverkusen, Schalke, Wolfsburg and Borussia Mönchengladbach all getting Champions League football. I imagine that means one of them has won the Champions League. We'll find out in a little bit. And Köln and Dortmund getting Europa League. Mainz and Paderborn are relegated from the Bundesliga. Now for Serie A, Roma won it last year. Juve have reclaimed their title this year. 5 points clear of Inter, who are in second, and Napoli in third, who get Champions League spots. AC Milan and Roma getting Europa League, so Roma dropping all the way down to 5th. In terms of the relegations, Ascoli, Carpi and Verona getting relegated from Serie A. And then Spain, Barcelona winning the title. Real Madrid won it last year, so Barcelona have reclaimed that title. 6 points clear, I was going to say 8. 6 points clear at the top from Real Madrid, Atletico and Sevilla, who get the Champions League spots. And then Valencia, Celta and Real Sociedad getting Europa League football for next season. Rayo Vallecano getting relegated alongside Valladolid and Zaragoza. So in terms of European competitions, we'll start with the European Super Cup. So Manchester City beat West Ham in all-English Super Cup final, because obviously Manchester City won the Champions League and West Ham won the Europa League last season. So Manchester City claiming the European Super Cup. In the Europa League, Borussia Mönchengladbach, in fact, won the Europa League. I actually forgot that the winner of the Europa League gets Champions League football. that's interesting. I might actually want to take a look at how West Ham did. I'll do that in a second. I'm going to take a look at how West Ham did in the Champions League this season. So Borussia Mönchengladbach beating Schalke in the final, an all-German Europa League final there. And then the Champions League final is between Real Madrid and Juve, so it's rather expected. So I thought I'd just take a look at how West Ham did in the Champions League, because I'd completely forgotten, even though I remember being shocked at the end of the last season that they managed to get in the Champions League. They got Bayern, Basel and Zenit in their group. They lost to Bayern 1-0. They beat Basel 3-0. Lost to Zenit twice, lost again to Bayern, and then beat Basel. So they beat Basel twice. I guess that's something. And then in the Europa League, unfortunately, got German champions Schalke and got knocked out to them. So unfortunate for West Ham, they finished 13th in the Premier League too. So just thought I'd show you the finances very quickly. They're not the best. In fact, they're terrible. We're 182,000, nearly 183,000 pounds in the red. One of the reasons I was really hoping for European football, simply for the money, because I think you got like 100 and something thousand for just losing the first qualifying round of the Europa League. But it's unfortunate that we didn't get into it. In terms of positions needed for next season, I'm thinking we need a centre-back. Obviously, Connor Young will be going back to his parent club, Cardiff. If we can get him on loan again, might try that. I'm not too sure. Stephen Wright is leaving because I don't like him anymore. He doesn't like me. Left-back is a position that we've had trouble with. Matthew Jones is obviously on loan, so we're going to try and get a permanent left-back in. If not, we may try and get another loanee in. And then Robert Earnshaw is leaving, and Morgan Jones as loan will be ending, so we might try and get an extra striker in too. Thinking of maybe getting another centre midfielder in, because although we've got Derek Taylor, yeah, may leave that. But that is it for this episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. Obviously the result didn't go the way we wanted to, but we're with Real for another season, and next season we're going to get them to win the league, hopefully. That's what I've told the squad anyway. They weren't too happy about it, but that's another story for another day. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to hit the like button. Feel free to leave a comment below. Subscribe to my channel to get all my content when it comes out, and I'll see you next time.